a presentation of 3 amendments. So the issue before us is whether to concur in the Senate amendments. We will, as best I can allow. We only have 18 minutes here. We will try and allow for some comment for and against. But committee, I would ask that you keep that in mind. We are on a short time frame, but unfortunately, that's what the schedule is at this point. We, without objection, we're going to take up. There are 3 amendments. Without objection, we're going to take up all 3 as a batch. Representative Ballinger, you're recognized to present the amendments.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We've had vigorous debate about this bill. A lot of discussion in here. It's been something that's probably consumed way more time, honestly, than what was merited to it. Like we've said before, this is just puts us into a heightened scrutiny, which would be consistent with what basically the laws of 31 other states and the federal government has now. However, what we're doing right now is just concurring in the Senate amendments, and so I'll go over each amendment and let you know what it does. In fact, I don't necessarily do them in order because the first or the third amendment is right here at the top. So if you're looking at the bill, in the first section where it says legislative findings, the General Assembly finds that it is a compelling governmental interest to comply with federal civil rights laws. So that was the last amendment that was added onto it. It just basically says that, which is already established in the law, however, we just want to make it real clear. And that's essentially what the amendment's done. The 3 amendments that we have is just to make it more clear about what this bill is about. The second amendment was one that we worked diligently with several individuals, including the governor's office on, and it is the next section here. So the amendment number 2 deals a lot with the legislative intent, which goes in and shows that basically what we're trying to do is enact a RFRA consistent with what the federal RFRA is, consistent with the RFRA in other states. Kind of gives a reason why we need to do it, because the standard for protecting religious liberties was dropped in 1990, and that's when federal RFRA was introduced shortly after that. And it wouldn't be necessary except that there's a Supreme Court decision where they said the federal RFRA doesn't apply to states, however states can establish state RFRA. So, for example, when that happened, that's one of the last changes in amendment number 2. Several states started adopting, including Illinois adopted it, and at that time, our President Barack Obama, when he was Senator Obama, voted for it. So just to kind of show you that this is not nearly as exciting a law change as what I think a lot of people think it is. However, what it does is it does create a situation where we can protect people's religious practices, let people believe what they want to believe. So the last amendment was actually the first amendment that we put on when we got over to the other side, and that was just to clarify, and that, let me find what page it's on. It's on page 5 of the bill, and it just makes it real clear that there is no cause of action for a private employee against a private employer. That wasn't the intent of the bill. The intent of the bill was to apply to state action and wholly state action. I'd be happy to take any questions about the amendment. Like we said, the bill itself has been debated. It's been passed out of this committee, passed off the House floor with 74 votes, something like that. Passed out of the Senate committee, passed off the Senate floor with 24 votes. Something that I think for the most part, the issues encompassed in the bill we've debated, but I'd be happy to visit about the amendments.